I'm going to read a letter I wrote for Tylee for her birthday. I'm going to try to get through this in one pass. Dear Tylee, 18 years ago, I vacationed with your mom and dad in what would be an amazing trip. I've seen few new parents demonstrate as much excitement and enthusiasm as yours did. They were stocked up well before you were due to make your foray into this world, and your dad insisted on the top of the line for everything. Crib, stroller, monitor, everything. He was a high energy guy, but I had never seen him that amped up about anything or so over the moon about anyone. He told me on that trip he had always wanted to have a little girl, and he just looked for excuses to say daddy's girl or daddy's little girl. He was ridiculous, and it was amazing to watch. If someone had told me 18 years ago that in 17 years' time, 2 of you would be dead, and in 18 years' time, 1 would be in jail, I would have told that person he was out of his mind. I will never understand how we got here. I'll never understand why the mom who was so excited to have a little girl would go on to weaponize you for years and then discard you when you were no longer a trophy to compete for. Fast forward to today. This weekend was supposed to be our time to celebrate your entrance into adulthood in the Big Apple, a place we shared a love for. I wanted to walk the High Line with you, get the most amazing steak tacos you've ever had in Times Square, get real New York pizza, picnic in Central Park, shop in the ritziest thrift store you've ever seen, ride the ferry, and enjoy the crisp fall weather out on the water. We wouldn't have had much time because you would have needed to get back to school, something I encouraged you to do, but it would have been all ours. I looked forward to hearing about all your plans. I know it would have been a little freaky for you because of how similar your dad and I were, but I would have told you the funniest stories about your dad and our crazy family. We had a chance to break the unhealthy cycles of 2 different families. We were robbed of that chance. Today was supposed to be a finish line and a start line. It was supposed to be the day I no longer had to maintain a relationship with your mom in order to have access to you, and the day you would get to decide how much you wanted me to be a part of your life. We thought we'd have tomorrow. We were wrong. Knowing how much you, JJ, your dad, and Charles suffered at your mom's hand is soul-crushing. You had a front row seat to her descent into madness, yet you knew she had the ability to wield her beauty and charm to get whatever she wanted. And yet you fought anyway. I've watched the footage of you in that ridiculous interview with the Gilbert police officer so many times. You were the only adult in the room that day. Everyone else was in lockstep with your mom, but I watched you try to signal to the police that all was not as your mom and her friend were presenting, and you were the only one in that room who showed any concern for JJ and his welfare. You were a total shiro for how you contradicted both your mom and Melanie in their claims, defending Charles even when your relationship was obviously strained. Your commitment to the truth is something I will always remember about you. For what it's worth, I think you showed all the signs of a girl who had the ability to break away and create a low-drama life for yourself. You had a strong mind and a steady hand. I had hoped to be there to support you in that journey however you wanted. I love you and hope you're finally with your dad. If you are, please give him a hug from me, and know I will do everything in my power to help get justice for both of you. Rest in peace, sweet girl.